Okay, so all roads lead to this. It is the main event of the evening. 317 was built around this. We have got a lightweight belt on the line, right? It is Ilia Topuria against Charles Oliveira. Whew. So the minute the bell goes, the lightweight title is vacant. Lightweight title is vacant. So Ilia El Matador, I think he's now going by the legend, which it's an odd one. It's an odd one. But hey, you do you. But Ilia Topuria, man, he's he's laying the groundwork to be called that at some point. I don't think you can give yourself that moniker, but hey, if he carries on doing what he's doing, people won't be throwing that shit at him anyway. He's 28, 5'7", 69-inch reach. He's on a 16-fight win streak. Boy. Oh my gosh. Right? It's crazy. It is crazy. He is currently 8-0 in the UFC. Last time out, right? He beat Max Holloway. Before that, he beat Alexander Volkanovski. Beat Josh Emmett. Right? Beat the fuck out of Bryce Mitchell. Jai Herbert. Ryan Hall. I think the Ryan Hall one was a big one. Because you saw what he did to Hall on the ground. And we know how good Hall is on the ground. So that was the first fight that was just like, oh, this dude. I'm paying note of this dude. And a very good fight against Yazif Zalal. That was a great one. You know what I mean? But I think the Jai Herbert fight was one that really showed us a lot. Because that was at lightweight. Because at the time he was featherweight, right? That was lightweight. And Herbert rocked him. Rocked him with that head kick. But, man, Herbert just rushed. Crowded himself, wasn't able to finish it, and then Topuria came back and stopped it the next round, which, again, shows you he can get hurt, but also that he's well conditioned to come back the way he did in that fight, to come back and get stoppage. Whew. Says a lot, right? Says a lot. And then the last two fights, beating legends. And the way he did it. Just that dynamite power in the hands. But the question is, will that power translate up a division? Now, yes, he stopped Jai Herbert, right? So you go, of course it will. But, Jai Herbert, there was definitely a lot of flaws in his game at that point, right? His hands are low. He kind of walked into that hook. And Topuria is very precise. Now, but can he knock you out at lightweight? Like he did with Volkanovski, like he did with Holloway. Can he do that? That's the big question. I think a lot of people think he can. A lot of people think the title is his. We don't need a fight to determine, because it's a given. He's knocking out. He's bucking up Oliveira. But Charles do Bronx Oliveira has got another thing to say. He's 35, 5'10", 74-inch reach. He is the former lightweight champion, right? Coming off a very good win last time out. He's 23-10, won no contest. And that win was against Michael Chandler. And the thing being, right, now he lost a split to Arman Tsarukyan, which, I mean, it was very close, right? Because the fight ended with Tsarukyan in a choke. So, kind of, you give him that round, right? It's a very, it's a controversial one. It's a controversial one. Now, he's lost to Makhachev. I think he was injured going into that fight, and not to take anything away from Makhachev, because Makhachev is a beast. But Charles just didn't look right in that fight, right? And he's wanted to get that back for ages. Now, Charles is moving up, so he can't get that one back, but he can reclaim the belt. Now, the interesting thing is, when you talk to Justin Gaethje, who's fought a murderer's row, he will tell you one of the hardest punches he's fought, Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, people. I mean, that tells you something, right? That tells you something indeed. And it's like, I think a lot of people think that, he's going to get bullied. But when you look at what he did in that first fight with Chandler, what he did to Dustin Poirier, what he then did to Justin Gaethje, the way he took their backs, I mean, it was so fucking impressive, right? You haven't, the only other person I've seen, I mean, that I can remember, because, we've seen so many good fucking fights and everything like that, but the way Aljamain Sterling took Corey Sandhagen's back, you know what I mean? Charles is so good, so fast. You just give him a millimeter and he's got you fucked up. So there's so many people that think he's just a dead man walking. That he's going to get knocked out. He's going to be demolished. I don't think so. I think Charles is too savvy. I think he's so slick on the ground. Now, Topuria is good on the ground for sure. But there's levels to this shit. I think Charles is a level above. So people, I think most are probably taking Topuria. I'm taking Charles. I'm taking Charles for the win here. And new. I mean, both are going to be and new because it's vacant. But yeah, and new for the second time. Charles do Bronx Oliveira for the win. And boy, I mean, the only thing you know for sure, this is going to be a sensational fight to cap off a potentially fantastic pay-per-view. So are you with me? Who have you got? Charles, or are you going to Topuria? People, let me know.